let us dive straight in. And we're going to focus, Nil, first on connected ATM. Can you just give us a sense of the focus under this theme and the sort of projects we have in the exhibition today?
Sure. So actually in that flagship, the idea is mainly to develop the backbone infrastructure for the CNS and beyond required by digital European Sky applications. So the specific research need to implement the connectivity and automation vision of the ATM Master Plan for the ATM ground systems are grouped under this flagship. So it combines operational elements and technical elements. There are some 10 R&D needs identified under that flagship, so let me just list some of them. Obviously, enabling deployment of the CNS, performance-based CNS infrastructure is the main one. And then I would like to mention the advanced separation management, which actually allows to define how the different separation modes could enable ATM and use-based operations being interoperable. Not to forget to mention intelligent queue management, as well as the runway usage optimization, bringing the arrival and departure capabilities. My favorite one is the network synchronization based on the trajectory-based operations, having the actual trajectory information being downloaded and provided to the ATC for the human confirmation, even for its automatic implementation. So this is really an essential key to implement the SESAR vision. And finally, on the SWIM, is a key enabler to implement the SESAR vision for the global interoperability for data sharing.
Absolutely.
I stop here, Jackie.
No, and in terms of, again, it can be highlights only, but some of the results, some of the achievements so far.
Let me group them into operational terms. So on the operational elements mentioned by Ben earlier, that ADSC downlink for the APP usage, so another acronym, extended project profile to be used by the ATC, so mainly the improvement of the real aircraft position as well as actual trajectory information being used by the ATC downlink from the aircraft. I think that is really an important solution which reached TRL 7. We had a demonstration project which is available in the exhibition also today that demonstrated the early benefits already. In addition, we have the ADSC Common Infrastructure Service Provision, which has been developed and tested for the systemization of the data exchange between the NSPs. This will also enable to reduce the impact on the global data link. This is on the operational side. On the technical side, however, I would like to mention the FCI, so this is Feature Communication Infrastructure Services, and multi-link air-ground connectivity service that would enable the selection seamlessly between satellite, terrestrial, and aerodrome links. All these developments have reached TRL 7, so I'm proud to say that. I believe we are in a good position from the technical way, but we need to bridge the operational and technical elements still being
Okay, so in terms of that good position and how we build on it, what do you hope for from some of the SESAR 3 projects that are exhibited today? How can they build on the progress so far?
Thanks, Jackie. As I said, from the CNS perspective, I think the technology is mature enough. Having some gaps being addressed in SESAR 3. We have some 3 exploratory research, 5 IR projects, as well as 1 DST in SESAR 3 call to address some gaps in SESAR 3. Among them, one of them is present, FCDI project, which will build on SESAR 2020 developments on the CNS, but as well will be focusing on the avionics developments for the terrestrial LDAX implementation, and it will also help future technologies supporting the CNS, but mainly to support operational implementation like the trajectory-based operations. I think this is something will help us to close the gap between operations and technical developments.
Thank you very much, and well done. It's not easy to summarize all that great work so very briefly. We've heard there about connected ATM. Now we want to move on to the new airspace users. We heard from Hendrik Jan in the last session about drones, but also urban air mobility and how they will be integrated into European airspace. Cengiz, from your point of view and on U-Space, tell me, I mean, U-Space and urban air mobility was a key achievement of SESAR 2020 already. What are the remaining challenges, and how can SESAR 3 help to achieve that full integration we're looking for?
Okay.
You just talk,
Yes.
that's it.
Thank you. With SESAR 2020, we did a lot. Then we completed 36 projects. We learned a lot with those projects, a lot of achievement, and we continue on that way. With you see on the screen 11 new projects that started, and three of them, the green one, the digital sky demonstrator projects, will go live. Then, in fact, it's no more research activities. Those 3 projects are aiming to set up use-based airspace, certify CSP, certify use-based service provider, and doing real business at the end of, I hope, normally 26. Following the previous project, we also highlighted some gaps, some findings that we decided to overcome with the projects that are on white on the screen, that are the fast-track projects. Still some gaps to complete. As a reminder, those fast-track projects, what we asked them to do, compared to legacy projects that we asked them to perform activities in 6 years, from TRL2 to TRL7, we ask those projects, guys, do it faster. Then instead of 6 years, you have to do it in 3 years. Apply all the new methodology, Scrum, Agile, whatever, then please go fast. And lastly, the projects that are in dark blue, exploratory research, they are paving the way for future research, concept, AI application, with a special emphasis on societal acceptance. I prefer to use societal awareness on information, and this is what the 3 exploratory research will do.
Thank you very much. And just give us a little bit more detail about the projects exhibited to here today and how they're going to help achieve that goal of full integration.
You see a lot of projects. Then what I suggest to do, it's during the break, go out, see their stand, and they will share with you their immense ambitions on what they would like to achieve. More seriously, the biggest ambition, the biggest expectation, twofold. One is that, yes, they achieve the projects, collect data, collect evidence, collect the information that we will share with the colleagues that were sitting here previously, standardization organization, regulators, authorities, to allow them to progress with their activities. And secondly, it's a unique opportunity for the industry, academic, SMEs, research institute to join together, share their ideas, and achieve their ambition for the benefits of the European industry, not only, but also for European citizens.
Thank you very much. And if you can give me just a couple of very concrete examples of the contribution that you hope they will make.
In fact, a lot of use cases. I would like not to make the list. Will it be urban air mobility, cargo, or passenger transportation? Maybe an element about societal acceptance, this societal impact. We have some research projects who are developing some tools that will aiming at deliver to the authorities to allow them to assess the impact of drones on the citizens. This is one event. Eventually, I would like also to mention the international dimension of the activities we are conducting with our use-based experts. Internationally well-recognized experts. More than 1,000 drone experts are working on the program. Will it be with the ICAO, NASA, FAA, NEDO, JAXA in Japan? We are doing a lot, and we are doing good. In fact, what I would like to share lastly is the Eyes of the World drone is on the SESAR GU use-based program. Then we have to be proud of that.
Thank you very much indeed, Cengiz. And as you say, the eyes of the world on that. But use-space is nevertheless only part of the story, Nil. We know that also accommodating new aircraft types. Our airspace is constantly getting more crowded, more diverse, which leads me to the last topic we're going to discuss in this session. We'll come back to some of the other themes later on, but air-ground integration. And we've heard so many times already today, Nil, how integration and advanced means of communication between the vehicle and the infrastructure are key if we are to achieve a genuine digital European sky. Can you tell me a little bit more about the air-ground integration and autonomy flagship and what this means for SESAR 3?
Such a big topic, 3 minutes is too small.
I know, but we're asking you to do the impossible.
Let me give it a try. So this flagship will mainly enable accommodation and integration of new forms of mobility and air vehicles. into all types of airspaces, from a very low airspace like drones to high airspace operations. So it's a big challenge. The ultimate vision is to have the manned and unmanned aircraft being operating in a seamless and safe environment, what an ideal world, and hopefully using a common infrastructure services and supporting common trajectory-based operations. That is the vision, let's say. Now, implementing that vision requires a better integration and advanced means of communication between air vehicle and the ground integration facilities. And the idea is that future operations should rely on automation of air-ground integration with the human being in the loop more for strategic decision, relying on the automation and just monitoring.
Thank you very much. So again, same question in terms of highlighting what we've achieved so far. We talked at the beginning about SESAR 2020 delivered. What have we achieved so far in this area?
No offense to anybody if I don't mention any, but I will just mention, some examples. I will start with the TBO, trajectory-based operations. So for the flight planning phase, the research in SESAR 2020 delivered TRL 6 solutions, mainly focusing on airspace user submission of the 4D flight plans in the FFIs, and then being shared and used by NM. I think this is a great achievement. On the tactical execution phase, we have also did some key achievements like uplinking the complex clearances to the air and downlinking them for the usage of the ATC through the aircraft trajectory. This research has reached V2, so TRL 4. So I think it's going on the right track towards SESAR 3. So this is on the TBO. On the integration of the drones, we had an IR project which has validated accommodation of RPAS solution at TRL 6, which is ready for industrialization on the controlled airspace of AC for the GATIFR non-segregated traffic. And the same project also validated at TRL 2 level, this time integration of the RPAS in the controlled airspace, consistently with the detect and avoid capabilities. And finally, on the HAA operations, high-level operations, we have reached TRL 2 through the exploratory research project, which defined the concept of operations in a successful way at TRL 2 level.
So whistle-stop tour, and as you said, we can only mention a couple of examples here, but they're all out there in the exhibition. A last question to you, same question I asked Cengiz earlier, in terms of what the projects that the SESAR 3 projects that we have in the exhibition, how do you hope that they will really help us to build on some of those achievements you've been highlighting?
Okay, so good news is that we have 4 projects under that flagship. 3 of them are present today in the exhibition, so you can dive into it. So I'll start with the Network TBO. Network TBO project will build from the SESAR 2020. With its 3 solutions, it will address pre-departure phase, strategic execution phase, as well as the trajectory synchronization in execution, including DNM. But for that project, I want to highlight one important element. I think globally it's important for all of us as Europeans. So this development that they will do for one of the solutions will be an important input to the development of IQFFI's Release 2, so the strategic execution phase for the revision of the trajectory. And I think it will be an important European input for the IQS standardization for the FFI's Release 2 developments. On the integration of the drones, we have IRENA project present today. We'll build up from ERICA project, so from the accommodation and integration solution of RPAS, and we'll bring that developments into TRL 6, hopefully, but not only for Class AC, but also Class DG airspaces. And finally, on the HAO, on the high-level operations, we have ECHO 2 project, which will build up from ECHO, taking the concept of operations as a basis, and we'll move through developing validated solutions for their operational integration into ATM.
Thank you, so you can breathe now. Thank you so much to both of you for doing it.